Hi guys, and welcome back to another Dot Race video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 21, and we are here for Portimao for round 4 of our MotoGP World Championship Career Mode. So here we go on board the Aprilia RSGP, as you know already, using the soft front and medium rear combination in this practice session here for Portimao. And of course, starting this video, I'm actually recording this on the Thursday that Valentino Rossi has just decided to call it a career, and I'm absolutely devastated. So I don't know whether that's just going to take over the video or not, but I don't know. I'm a little bit disappointed, but you know what? He looks quite happy, so I guess I really can't go on about it. I'll probably make a full video at some point thanking Valentino Rossi, and we'll talk about his career. But I guess for the time being, we should really focus on the task at hand, and that is qualifying here in Portimao. So starting first up, it is practice time, and practice is quite critical for our qualifying, of course, because if we get into the top 10 positions, we will be moving into qualifying 2 directly, so that is the goal here today. And of course, Portimao, quite possibly the toughest track on the entire MotoGP calendar, so I'm already poised and ready for a good qualifying if I can. But if it's going to be another Qatar, then so be it. I do expect it is going to be something very similar to Qatar, in the sense I'm just going to struggle so much to try and get this bike hooked up properly, and to see if we can turn it on a little bit. But I already don't like the look of these clouds in the sky. It's giving me the wrong impression for qualifying, that it could very well be a wet qualifying session. Who knows yet? But for the time being, onto the right hand side of the tyre we go for turn 15, the Galp. Power setting 2 enabled. Not going to power setting 3 in this one, because it's very difficult to use power setting 3 on a track that requires so much precision and so gentle amount of acceleration that I don't think power setting 3 will be ideal. But hard braking going into turn 1 for the Primera. We're right onto the rear of Marc Marquez. This could be in our favour quite handy, actually. Now onto the right hand side we go for Lagos. Onto the right we'll go. Flick it to the left after we're getting underneath the Tissot sign, and we're only down by 0.4 of a second, 1.2 seconds down to the man who's ahead of us right now, Marc Marquez. And hard on the brakes we will go. A little bit out of shape for the Tour VIV, but we've tell you what, we've closed in quite nicely there actually. We're 0.4 of a second quicker than our previous lap time. This could be enough to put us into the top 10 positions. Top 10 near enough, I hope. We'll soon see what we can produce in the next part of this lap. On the right hand side we go for Samsung. Careful over the rise here, it's very easy to accelerate too much and end up lifting the front up. We're onto the left hand side for the Craig Jones, now to the right hand side, very smooth on the brakes there, looking quite promising into Portimao for turn 11. Onto the right hand side just temporarily, as we then chuck it to the left hand side. We have a red sector, ladies and gentlemen. We're up by 1,000 of a second. Onto the left hand side we'll go for turn 13. Continue to follow Marc Marquez round, as Alex Rins has just chucked a brand new benchmark lap in, a 1:39.404 for the factory Suzuki rider. That isn't going to put us anywhere near the top positions. That's a brilliant lap coming in from Alex Rins. As now onto the right hand side for the Galp. Continue to follow Marc Marquez, try and steal some slipstream, get into turn 1 and continue to follow him for another lap perhaps. Let's see what we can do as we'll get across the line now. Where does this put us? It puts us in 4th position, only down by 0.4 of a second. That's a grand job from Matt Grant. I'm very pleased with that one actually. That is certainly not what I expected. I've used a bit of power setting 3 there, but not most of it. Trying to stay with Marc Marquez is a challenge in itself. Of course, Marquez pushed down to 3rd position now as Quartararo does the business, gets himself into the top position with a 1:38.770. So the benchmark has been moved once more, and it's been moved very, very quickly once again. So there you go. Pecco Bagnaia, just as I was talking, has moved the benchmark once again. These guys really like to push the boat out, don't they? Full belt, full braces, they like to really push that out and make my job so much harder. Across the big leap we'll go. It's down by 0.2 of a second, and that's not bad. We do have a chance of still getting in to the top 5 positions if we can keep it together here. We're still trailing behind Marc Marquez. It's going to help us out quite a lot following such a storied world champion. As we go on the left hand side, only down by 2.5 of a second now. Hard on the brakes and firm on the brakes we'll go for turn 13. Nice and tight apex. Marquez went for a wider line there. Maybe that is key. I do tend to take that tighter line rather than the wider one, but that seemed to work for Marc Marquez. We're on the precipice of being eliminated out of qualifying 2 as it stands. We're on 11th place. As we onto the right hand side, we will go. Full acceleration coming out of this corner with power setting 3 enabled. Should be enough to put us back into the top 10 positions. Full acceleration and across the line we will go. Is it enough? It is. 6th position for Matt Grant as things stand. So I'm getting a little bit out of shape. We're getting 2-1, a bit of contact there with Marc Marquez, which ends our practice run. So at the end of free practice, and whoa, I'm not on the top 10. Move it down. Oh, we're there. 10th position, just a couple of seconds behind Marc Marquez, or at least a couple of hundredths of a second behind the legendary Marc Marquez. But Pecco Bagnaia is the fastest man so far, with Johann Zarco and Jack Miller on a Ducati lockout of the provisional 1, 2 and 3. So now we'll look at the pre-qualifying, and yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is rain that you can see behind this graphic, and unfortunately Grant has been pushed down to about 14th position, therefore we'll have to battle it out in qualifying 1 to desperately get into the top 2 positions for Q2. So our first rainy session this season on board a MotoGP machine, and I tell you what, I'm a little bit tentative about this one. I'm going to do everything I can and use what we've learned so far in this season about being smooth on the acceleration and try and apply it here today. Our first crasher has gone down, and that is claimed with a dubious honour for Alex Rins. But into the first sector, not too bad, down by a couple of tenths of a second there. Taka Nakagami has gone down as well from 7th position as we go firm on the brakes for the left-hander of the Tour VIP. Continues to hold this left-hander as Luca Marini. He's gone down. He's ahead of us on track. They can see right there the Sky VR46 rider. As we now go on to the right-hand side, is he going to still? I thought he was going to dive at the inside. Just now, Ika Lecuona has gone down now as well. So a plethora of crashes right now. Danilo Petrucci, Ika Lecuona's teammate. Of course, Lecuona did crash here in Portimao this season, as Brad Binder has also gone down. A lot of crashes right now, and I tell you what, this could work to our favour. If all these riders are crashing out, we might have a wonderful chance of getting into Q2. Very tentative around the Portimao corner there. Left-hand side we will go for turn 12 as Marc Marquez has gone down as well. Now hard on the brakes as Enea Bastianini goes down. Pretty much everyone is crashing here today. We haven't crashed yet, so, well, touch wood. I'm touching the wooden part of my desk there. I really don't want to crash, but at the same time running it wide into Sagres is certainly not going to help our cause at all. But full acceleration now, or bouncing the throttle around full acceleration, because of course I'm trying to get a smooth acceleration to get us into the gallop. Right hand side we will go. Bring on the power, bring on the acceleration, and let's see what we can do getting across the line. Our very first lap in the wet is going to be a 1:47.939, 6.5 tenths of a second down to Alex Rins' first position time as things stand. So power setting 2 enabled. We are in 5th position. We still have a great chance as long as we can just brew some lap times in and just stay focused and try and get better in the wet. But I've got to say, so far the wet doesn't feel as bad as I did originally assume. I think we've sort of bounced back quite nicely here, so I think we should be okay. But hard on the brakes we will go, going into the left-hander of the Tour VIP. Very difficult corner to get right as we've just gone down. Oh, I could have seen that coming. Frustrating error coming in from the Aprilia man. It's taken us half hour time to fix the motorcycle, and now it is time to get back to it and try and just do our best to qualify a little bit better than 20th position. I'm really frustrated with that crash there because it didn't really feel like I was doing anything too wrong. I got a little bit cocky, I think, speaking a little bit too out there, going on about how Tour VIP was whatever, and then all of a sudden crashing into the Tour VIP was certainly not what I wanted in my future here today. Left hand side we will go for the Tour VIP. We are up a little bit, it's sort of teetering, but unfortunately it's just gone 2 tenths of a second down now compared to our previous lap time of a 1:47.939, and we've lost it's over. Ladies and gentlemen, qualifying is over. 20th position is where we will start. What a disaster, as Franco Morbidelli and Alex Rins will move over to qualifying 2 and do battle for pole position. What a devastating result for Grant, as he'll try and battle from 20th place on the grid in Portimao. So guys and gals, hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment and subscribe if you did. Hit the notification bell to be alerted to every single Dorts Race upload. And upon that note, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite sate your appetite, then why not watch some more Dot Race content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now, with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single Dr. Ace video.